Hi everyone. So I'm going to go through what's in lesson 8 in my courses and work this and just talk through each assignment with you so that we can continue to move on through the course during this time. So you'll find the lecture notes here. I'm also going to post the lecture video soon so you have that available to you. For the in-class paper activity, this is an activity I typically do in class, but we can do this at home. That's not a problem. But all you need is a paper, or actually 2 paper clips. So the first thing you're going to do is bend that paper clip 90 degrees over and over until it breaks. So you just want to create a 90-degree bend in the paper clip and be able to continually bend that paper clip back 90 degrees back and forth. You're going to do the same thing, but this time do it 180 degrees. So your bend is going to be twice as big for this 180-degree bend, and you're going to record the number of times you bend it until it fails. So in both cases, you want to record the number of times that you bend the paper clip until it fails. And then you're going to look at some of these questions, talk about what happens as you bent it. Did it get easier to bend, more difficult to bend? Why made different paper clips break at different numbers. So when you do this, I usually have everyone in the class tell me what number they got, and there might be occasionally a time where two or three students get the same value, but normally the paper clips break a different number of bends, and so think about some reasons why that may be. And this is more of a critical thinking question here, but if you're going to design the world's best paper clip, what design criteria would you use? So this gets back to the design of the material and what materials would make the best designs. So we'll work through that. I know it's not ideal to do it away, remotely, and we'll sort of work through those difficulties as we continue on the class. But I want you to give that a shot and do the best you can. And if you come up with questions as you're doing it, let me know, and I'll answer them as best I can. Next, there is the cake activity. And so I think we can still do this. And this is normally an extra credit activity that I give you 3 bonus points on your exam to do this. So I want you to have that opportunity. And what we can do is follow the directions just the same, but instead of bringing your cake into class, the key is we're going to have to take pictures of the inside of the cake and the outside of the cake. So what you'll need to do is build the cake. You need to follow these directions. You have to do this exact directions. You can't go buy a cake from the store, but you need to follow these directions exactly, and you're only allowed to change one piece of the cake direction. So you can change one thing. And what I'm going to do is create a little discussion post so that we can share what our cakes look like. And the idea behind this is you want to see how the processing and the ingredients, just one variation can cause some pretty big changes in the structure of the cake. So as we go through this, and as some people maybe change the temperature, the bake time, or they change an ingredient, what we want to see is what happens to both the outside of the cake, the top of the cake, the bottom of the cake, how it sticks to the pan, how the inside looks. Are there pores? Are there defects? What kind of structures were there? So that's the idea, and we'll kind of work through that as best we can remotely. I think that's still possible, and I want you all to have that opportunity to do that assignment. Okay, here I've put in some supplementary videos so that you have some additional content to go through, since we were not able to do as much as we normally would do by lecturing in class. Also, remember that your material selection is due coming up, and if that's going to be an issue, or some of you are having trouble and need some help, some additional time with that, please let me know. I know it's been kind of a crazy couple weeks, so if you need help, let me know. This assignment should take quite a bit of time, and you should really put quite a substantial amount of work into it. So I hope you are taking it seriously. Um, as we work through this, and I know it's harder to work in groups when we're doing this sort of distance communication thing. But there are opportunities to talk with your peers through email, and also there's a lot of free things such as Google Hangouts that may be useful for collaboration. And I know a lot of people use Google Docs and things that you can actually work on together. So I highly recommend using those tools so that you can still work in groups and be successful in this assignment. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and we'll do the best we can given our current situation. Thank you.